It's just connecting. Oh, well, great to hear, Alan. All right, so I guess we can start. So again, if you have friends, family, or colleagues that wanted to attend this session but weren't able to, it's going to be recorded and also available on our YouTube. And yeah, I just wanted to give like a quick introduction to our alchemist. Is it OKK?
Yes, okay, Francis. Yeah.
Okay,
Francis.
perfect. Who has graciously volunteered to actually give a workshop on one of Covalent's BI tools called Increment. And we've had questions from alchemists that want to understand Increment a little bit more, how to get started. And for those who have been playing around with it, we are working on a lot of new features for Increment. So some of like the old features that you guys have played with might not be there or are just being upgraded, but we will announce that as time comes. But for those of you who are alchemists in the audience, I always do this in workshops. If you want Coval or XP, depending on like how good your tweet is, if you want to take a screenshot of your favorite moment and actually type specifics to what you learned in this workshop and tag alchemist_HQ and use the hashtag Covalent Alchemist, then I will distribute those rewards to you later. But it's great to see and spread the word of what we're doing. But I'll let OKKid take it away. If you could please just give a little bit of an introduction to yourself and what alchemists can expect and the audience for this workshop, that would be great.
Okay, so hi everyone. OKK Francis. Okay, so a data alchemist. Yeah, I volunteered to just help you understand Increment or just get you to introduce you to Increment, and those that haven't used the tool before should have just like a high level overview of what Increment is and how they can get started using it. Okay, so let's go over to it. So what is Increment? Yeah, Increment, okay, is a tool that allows you to query the blockchain. Okay, according to Swami, he says Increment is a business intelligence tool, okay, that allows you to ask any question or anything about the blockchain. So if you want to ask anything ranging from the blockchains themselves, okay, to the protocols, the NFT, the DEXs, you can do all that on Increment. Okay, so on Increment, you have over 200 plus chains. Okay, also we have Increment as a no-code solution. That's the model solution. Currently, it might not be available as at the time of this call, but it's something that will be there. Okay, that is being worked on within the future. Also, Increment has the data, okay, well labeled for you. Okay, so what it means is that the data on chain, okay, when it's being taken, is being refined, okay, so that you don't have to do a lot of work when querying the data. Are you getting me? Yeah, so basically, that is it on Increment. So what are the use cases of Increment? Why Increment? So Increment, okay, normalizes data models for you. Okay, it helps you give like the same shape of data across all blockchain. Okay, then it's being used to develop or build applications. Okay, depending on who you are. If you're a data nerd, you can be able to write custom SQL, okay, to query the database to get whatever information you're looking for and display it in whatever form you like. Okay, so yeah, it's first a no-code analytic tool, the data models, which is refined. Okay, also we have the SQL-based analytics, which is available for data nets that has SQL knowledge already and want to do more on increments. There is you also have different functions. Okay, you can play with, and also we have custom functions from ClickHouse. That is ClickHouse specific functions. You can use while app. Okay, so currently, okay, we have the various data models, okay, that we had, okay, were the chain model, okay, which helps you analyze the blockchain, okay. It gives you all the all the blockchain available, starting from Ethereum to Binance. You can compare Ethereum against Avalanche, against Binance, and just try to understand how users interact with those blockchains, and also tend to know how news or how change in events affect user interactions on those blockchains. Okay, you can also do same on the Swapland model, okay, which houses the DEXs. When we talk about DEXs, we're talking about Uniswap, talking about SushiSwap, okay, and the likes. Also, we have the JPEG analysis model, okay, which talks about the NFT and the various transactions that are being carried out using the NFT. Yeah, so now we are going to just quickly have a quick look on increments. Okay, so let's go over. Yeah, so now this is just like my own page. Okay, something that I've been working on. I'm just updating the data. Okay, so for you to get started on increment, first you have to register on it. You're going to register, then you try to get your API keys. Okay, so you register on the platform, then you get your API. So I've been using increment, so I think I'm almost exhausted here. But yeah, you get your API keys, and also you get some free credits that help you analyze the blockchain and just go get whatever information you want. So using this as a basic implementation, yeah, this we're just talking about querying Blur against OpenSea on ETH. Okay, so looking at it, you can get the number of sales on both protocol, and if you want to dive deeper, you can go to the SQL. So with this model, okay, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the data model. Everything have been done for you. You just have to just and select whatever you need. Okay, so if you want to add more chains on it, okay, you can add more chains to the query, and it will give you the results. Also, if you want to query more protocols, there's Luxra, there's Zora, Rarible, different NFT. You can play with NFT marketplace. We have Abigochi and the likes. And also, when you are querying a database, you have to have the picture in mind, like what exactly are you looking for? Okay, so here we are trying to get the number of sales, okay, on this particular chain to know, okay, how many trades are being carried out here. So first we are going to need to, get our chain, we get the protocol we are going to be comparing, and also we get to count the number of sales. To count the number of sales, we have it here in this measure. So just go to count, then select sales. Okay, this will add it to the filter and count it for you. And for the date, you can come to this date drop down here and select whatever date format you want to use. You can use daily, you can use weekly, you can use monthly, hourly, and the like. So once you're done, you get a table like this giving you the data you've queried. And of course, this like this is a bit complex for the users you are trying to showcase your data to. So the best thing is to create a dashboard. Okay, so the dashboard I have currently is the bar. Okay, this is a bar chart just showing both marketplaces side by side. Okay, you can see clearly the data being retrieved. You can see that, okay, here on December 25th, OpenSea has a spike. You can quickly go do your research and know what causes the spike on this particular date, and maybe there's a promo going on, or maybe there's an airdrop or something. You can just do that on your own and add it to your analysis to give it more understanding to the end user, that is to those that are reading your analysis. Okay, so this is it for the number of sales. We have other things we can do with increment. Okay, so you have other queries. You can query the number of buyers and sellers. Okay, you can do it for one, which is OpenSea, and do it for the other, which is Blur. Okay, this is for the reach metric. Okay, for the reach metric, you can do that. You can get number of sales by collection. All this can be done on increment. Okay, so when you are done with the reach, you want to go to the retention metrics. You can also do that with increment. You have the stickiness ratio. To surprise you that you don't have to do much. When you go to the SQL, so you don't have to do much on this. You just have to select the chain name, the protocol, and on the measures. Okay, the measures you look for ratios, yes. So ratios, then you get the stickiness ratio. You can just add it to the filter, and that is all. That is all for you. Yeah. Okay, so that is it. So for those that trying to use increment for the first time, okay, you can start with the charts or the pages that are already there. Okay, so if you have already made pages for you, or someone's pages that you have access to, you can first go to the filters here and just try to play with it. Okay, you can just decide to change the chain name, okay, from the custom chain name to any one of your choice. Okay, you can do that for the protocols. Okay, so you can change it from OpenSea to something, to another of your choice. Okay, and so on, depending on whatever. But first, you have to know what you are doing on the platform. Okay, you have to know what you are doing. You have to know what you are looking out for. Okay, so yes, so next, let's go to the revenue. Okay, so for the revenue, when you are trying to carry out a revenue analysis, okay, you have to look at mostly the volume of trades, okay, on the platform. That is you can also check the volume of buyers to seller, okay. You can check it against itself or against another protocol, okay. So you can, like now, let's say we have this volume of buyer and seller on Blur. Okay, you can do an analysis of, okay, volume of buyer and seller on January, then do another one for February, and try to, okay, look at the differences in terms of the volumes, and try to understand why there's whatever change you can see on the platform. Okay, so that is it. Basically, there are a lot of things you can do. So here's another beautiful chart showing the sales volume by range. Okay, you can group the sales volume by the the sales, the range. So let's say you want to check sales between $100 to $250. You can check it. You can do that on the chain. So I'm just trying to show you. You can do that on increment. I'm just trying to show you all the beautiful things you can do using increment. So you can do this. Okay, getting sales volume by range. You can also get sales volume against monthly growth to know if actually there's a growth month by month. Okay. Also, you can also check to get the whales, that is the number of people that have a particular NFT or a particular token above the specific volume. Okay, so let's say you're querying this now. You want to check how many people have 10 million worth of assets, okay, on Blur and OpenSea. You can do that on Increment to give you that insight. So you can see that here. The same thing with the retailers, that is those less than $1,000 assets. You can also check that here and so on and so forth. You can get your gas and all. So basically that is it. And also on Increment, we have different analytics. We have the chain analytics, we have NFT, we have debts, we have lending data table, and we have balances. So to better understand this, okay, you have to go through the docs. Okay, you have to go through the docs. It will give you an insight on how this works, and okay, basically how you can get your various addresses to query. Okay, so yeah, so this is for the chain analysis. Okay, we see all the various columns that are available to you. For NFT, the same thing. When you go to the docs, you have all this information available to you also. Okay, so next, we have some SQL functions that you have to be aware of when writing your SQL, or when querying the database. Something that you need to have at the back of your head. So basically, this is just a few, which is the average mean, the average rated mean. Okay, so if you want more of that, you have to go here and get those functions. There are common functions that you have to be aware of. You have to know how to use them when querying the database. Okay, yeah. Also for ClickHouse, okay, we have some ClickHouse specific aggregate functions you have to be aware of. Also, you can find them here. And for the parameter filters, the same thing. Okay, so with this chain name, with this particular filter, okay, it helps you, aggregate different chain names. Okay, so what I mean by aggregate, I mean that you can adjust, okay, you can adjust the data models based on the chain name provided. Okay, so also you have that for signed out, which is based on the dates and date range, which lets you, adjust metrics based on the different dates, maybe last 30 days, last quarter. Without this, okay, you are not going to get your desired results. Okay, so it's very important to understand this and how it works. Thank you very much. Yeah, so also, yeah, these are like just different pages of work that I've done on Increment already for the past few months. I've been playing with it personally before joining this particular alchemist. Yeah. So yeah. So lastly, we have testimonials of those that have gone ahead of us. Someone like Gambos that he started with the Covalent Data Chemist Bootcamp. Um, he started without little more knowledge on data analysis and grew and was able to become a very good data analyst. And same with Atom is a very good guy. You can check them out on Twitter, and this is their Twitter name, and just you can follow them to get more idea on how to analyze data. I think at this point, I would like to hear your questions. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me, what I've said so far, so I can quickly reiterate. Thank you. Hello? Can
Right.
you?
Turning my.
Yes. So this is the question and answer time. I would like to know if anyone have any question. Yeah.
All right, so we have a question from Luis. What is your favorite use of increment?
So my favorite use of increments, okay, is basically to analyze DEXs. Okay, I love to analyze DEXs and to see various swap pairs and see how the change in the markets affects them. Okay, now also trying to see if I can then predict future market by looking at past data. Yeah, that is it. Thank you, Liam. More questions, please.
If you have any questions, just drop them into the chat below, or you can use the Q&A function that's one of Zoom's feature on the bottom too. And then OKK can just answer them live. So don't be shy. Feel free to drop them in. Or else I'm going to start asking you questions because I have some questions for you as well. I guess like how long did it take you to actually start getting familiar and utilizing Increment?
Okay, for me, it didn't take me up to a week because I would say I had help. Okay, I had someone I can reach out to and say, this data I'm querying, I don't really understand it. I'm trying to get this particular, like, okay, let's say here I'm trying to get the number of sales, or let's say mostly for retention. I think I struggle with the cohort retention at the beginning. Yeah, the cohort retention at the beginning, I struggled with this, but I had help, and with that, I overcome my struggles, and I'm good with this now. Yeah, so I believe you are in the community. So if you have any issues, you can either reach out to me or other guys that are good in the space to pull you through. Or also you can drop your question there on the group. I believe someone is there to quickly direct you on what you need here. Thank you.
That's perfect. Now I know who to direct when people have questions about the bounties. The other question that I have is I'm curious because have you used other platforms besides Increment to analyze data?
Yeah, basically I've used Dune once, but that was before Increment. I've used Dune, and Dune was a bit, at that time I was still a beginner, so it was a bit complex for me. So Increment is my introduction into data analysis. Okay, yeah.
Okay. What has been the difference that you've found with, I guess, the ease of use with Increment and let's say something like Dune?
I didn't get a question, please. Sorry.
Oh, what is the difference that you've found with like a tool like Increment versus let's say like Dune? Are there like specific like differences or features that you like, or the ease of use that you could talk about a little bit more?
Okay, first is the ease of use. Okay, with Increment, okay, you have your data. Okay, basically all spelled out for you. Okay. And also I had a community, okay, I can reach out to. Okay, so I had people that I can reach out to and say, oh, you are using increment. Can you help me put me through with this? So I think mostly is the community and also the ease of use, okay, because when there's a community around a particular product, it tends to, ease new people that are coming into that and also make it grow. Yeah, basically, yeah, that was it. Thank you.
Just like throwing questions. Come on, guys.
Oh, no, throw the questions. I'm ready.
All right. I guess what is your experience with data analysis in Web3? Because that will lead into like a second question that I'd like to ask you.
My experience with data analysis and Web3 have really been interesting because I'm like I was opportune to not just understand how data works, okay, because it's one thing to have data, it's one thing to query data, it's another thing to interpret data, okay. So now we have a beautiful chart like this. Not everyone understands this, okay. So Web3, okay, data helps me to understand how those transactions we carry out on chain is being viewed by business analysts. Okay, how you just carry the basic transactions without knowing what or whatever impact it has on the whole ecosystem. But for a business analyst, they look at those transactions and able to draw out information from it. Okay, so yeah, my introduction to Web3 analysis have helped me enjoy data analysis more, and also want me to even dive deeper into data analysis and what I can do with it. Yeah.
All right. And last question that I have, I think, is what would you recommend to, let's say, alchemists or those who are new to like data analytics and Web3 on like where to get started, or just advice based on what you've gone through? Like what can you share with everyone?
Okay, so for those new to data analysis, what I'll tell you is first you have to be able to have a desire to be a data analyst. Okay, I believe you all have. That is why you're here. But you also have to put in the work. Okay, you have to be able to come at it every day and try to play with it. As you can see, I've always been here for a while now. So you get some, you won't get some. Sometimes you can get the data and it's not what you're expecting. It might not be from your query. Okay, when you reach out, you find out that, oh, there's been like an issue with that particular data. That's okay, because it's easy to just say, oh, maybe you are not good and you just give up. No, don't give up. Just keep at it and keep asking questions, and you keep growing. Yeah, thank you.
I love that because it matches. We have another alchemist who you guys know named Sashimi Boy who gave a workshop on just an intro to like blockchain, data science and analytics. And he talked about the same thing of like putting in the work, asking questions. But yeah, that's all the questions I have for you. The other thing I wanted to see if you're interested, and for the audience too, is we are actually working on our first ever like panelist session with some data analysts who have experience from like different sectors, some that are very familiar with different themes in Web3, others not in Web3, that they've worked on this in like their life. So I was wondering, is this a panel that you would actually like to join?
Well, no problem. I love to. It's my first time being in a panel. But yes, I would love to join. I would love to, be part of it. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, perfect. So for the audience too, yes, we're organizing our first panel ever. It's our alchemist panel. It's a bunch of alchemists with a lot of different experience. So I've been reaching out to some of them that they either have a lot of experience in increment, they have a lot of experience in like Dune, different aspects. I can actually name some of the themes that we're planning to talk about just to give you guys a little bit of an idea. So we're looking to cover interchain operability, scalability solutions, usability and accessibility of those different solutions, architecture, what people don't talk about in the space when it comes to data, beginner mistakes that analysts do, and then increment and covalent solutions, and then opening it up to a Q&A. So I think that's going to be a very interesting panel discussions with these guys who have a lot of experience. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot. But yeah, keep up to date on our Discord or just follow us on alchemist_HQ. We'll probably announce this on the main Covalent channels too, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're prepping that. But it's coming soon, probably for some time in March. But okay, I wanted to thank you so much for your time, for
Thank you very
sharing
much,
your
Jacqueline.
and yeah, this was great, especially because I know alchemists have been having some issues in like navigating or not knowing how to start with increment or understanding what increment can do. So yeah, I'm excited just to provide this recording and looking forward to your guys' tweets. And maybe we can do more workshops in the future if you enjoyed conducting this one.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, bye.